Lima, capital of Peru, is a sprawling metropolis of almost 9 million people. Known as the City of Kings, it was founded by the Spanish conquistadores, or conquerors, in the 16th century, and became an important center of the Spanish Empire in South America. The sky may always be grey, but Lima today is a vibrant city, with its mix of indigenous Andeans, descendants of the Spanish, and immigrants from around the world.
Lima has been rich in diversity for many years, but somehow hesitant to embrace it. Today's Peru is trying to redefine its modern identity, and somehow it's food that's leading that change. And I'm not surprised. Peruvian food is one of the best in Latin America, which makes me, an Argentinian, a little bit jealous.
Peruvian food has long been famous throughout South America, but only in recent years has the rest of the world begun to catch on. Over generations, peoples from around the world have found a home in Lima, resulting in a mix of cultures and cuisines. This mix makes Peruvians willing to try anything. My first stop is in the Magdalena market, where I've heard you can find traditional food dating back to the times of the Incan Empire, the pre-Hispanic roots of Peruvian culture. I have an appointment with Isabel Alvarez, who has traveled through the Andes Mountains of Peru, studying traditional cuisine. Isabel established a restaurant in 1986, before Peruvian food started to gain international repute. She has promised to show me around the market. Peru gave the world the potato. Scientists have found that the world's first potato was grown here over 7,000 years ago. Peru has thousands of native varieties of the potato, each with its own unique taste and nutritional value.
The potato represents a culture of subsistence. It's like a mother that supports and sustains you. This is the way we look at it.
Isabel tells me that native Andean food, once only found in the mountainous heartland, is today popular with Lima's urban nights.
This is called maca. It's a root, a stimulant from the mountains. And this is the powder. It's like an aphrodisiac. You know, natural Viagra. Let me pay my tribute to the Andean coca. This is mother coca.
The famous
It helps with digestion, and a little spoon a day for the kids' diet is good. It has the highest amount of calcium. It's nutritious. It reduces the number of cells, and it's an antidepressant. This is sacred in our culture and fundamental in our diet. This is a ritual. You have to chew the leaves. Let them nourish and strengthen you. Pay your tribute to the earth.
When Isabel began studying Peruvian food in the 1980s, the Andean mountain regions were still geographically and politically isolated. Very little native Andean food was available in Lima's market, but things are different today.
This represents the Andean culture of resistance in Peru. These are the warriors of taste. These are products that survived the conquest, although they were marginalized and consigned to oblivion.
The market has an incredible variety of food, including tropical foods, huge corn cobs, and the hot pepper. called the ají, that is used in practically every dish.
Dangerous. I don't think I'm willing to try this.
Another thing I'm not willing to try is Peru's primary source of protein, the guinea pig.
¿Y esto se come?
Se come y de qué manera. Carne exquisita, deliciosa, delicada.
I used to have a pet like that.
For the Andean community, the little animal is a basic dish, rich in proteins and low in fat and cholesterol. Some 65 million guinea pigs are eaten each year in Peru, but Peruvians of European descent tend to avoid eating the guinea pig.
Básicamente el rechazo es por la forma.
They reject it because of what it looks like. They feel it's like eating a rat. But it's not true. It's sheer ignorance. Look at it eating. It's so cute.
It's time for lunch, and Isabel suggests we should do what all Peruvians do, eat ceviche, which is fresh fish. Isabel takes me to one of the most famous cevicherias in town. The fresh, raw fish is cut into chunks, then cooked in Peru's famous lime juice, which is high in acidity, and then garnished with lettuce, corn, and sweet potato. Such fish was probably eaten in the times of the Incan Empire, but the original recipe of ceviche is now lost.
I believe Peru is a true melting pot of cultures, and you can see this in the food.
Ceviche is eaten by the people of Lima, or limeños as they are called, from all walks of life. In fact, limeños seem obsessed with finding the best place to eat ceviche.
Preguntarte a vos directo para que tú nos digas que eso... Ay, muchas gracias. This is known as leche de tigre. It's like the tiger's milk, and it's the juice that is left after you eat the ceviche and you drink it.
Slowly. Be careful.
It's hot. Because it gives you a lot of energy.
Espera.
The products I saw in the market and the ceviche may be traditional food, but in Lima today it is all part of a new wave of Andean cuisine that is contemporary and yet faithful to its roots. And this cuisine is putting Peru on the world's gastronomical map.
La cocina andina es un término nuevo que se usa para designar una.
The new Andean cuisine is a new terminology that is being used to define the Andean cuisine, revisited with international techniques. I think that this resurgence is making Peruvians feel closer to their land and proud of who they are. Our self-esteem has been lying low for centuries. I think that our food unites all Peruvians like a good mother does and reminds us of who we are.
The government is aware of how food can help market the image of Peru. The new slogan of the country is Perú mucho gusto, which literally means tasty Peru, but can also mean pleased to meet you. Previously, Lima was not much more than a transit point for tourists, going to the ancient city of Cusco and the magnificent ruins of Machu Picchu. But last year, Peru's tourism industry grew by 10%, in part thanks to tourists spending more time and money in some of Lima's 20,000 restaurants. And food is also helping start new businesses, like Patricia La Rosa's culinary tours, in which tourists are taking around Lima's best restaurants and kitchens.
Now people stay in Lima. They stay in Lima because they want to know about the food here. We doubled the number of the last year, yes.
One of the favorite dishes among Patricia's clients is the Peruvian version of Chinese food. A must here, known locally as chifa. Felix Yon Tatayen is the owner of a restaurant which serves this Chinese Peruvian food.
I
believe that the fundamental principles of the Inca culture are very close to the Chinese culture, and somehow our flavors have mixed as well. It's a very original and accepted fusion here. And today it is the second most important cuisine in Peru.
Limeños are proud of their food and believe it is helping to forge a new sense of national identity. And one particular dish here, called Cinco Sabores or 5 flavors, is a metaphor for Peru's social integration.
And this is the sum of it all, the Cinco Sabores, a dish that mixes all of Peru's cultures that's sold on the streets, a little bit of spaghetti, some ceviche, and some papa a la huancaína, among other things.
It may not be Peru's most sophisticated dish, but it represents the country's need to mix and come together, something that has been badly needed here, following a recent bloody past.